So I want to talk about something that became very clear after the recent Google I.O. event. What's actually happening in the space and what it all means for you as a contractor. The short version is that we're moving into an era that they're calling personal intelligence. And if you don't get really on top of it, you're going to get left behind. This is not a maybe or an eventually, this is already unfolding now. Because the way that homeowners are finding contractors is transforming in a massive way. And most agencies, most contractors, and most people really in this industry haven't even caught up to it yet. So stick around because what I'm about to show you is where this whole thing is going towards, right? And I want to make sure that you're on the right side of it. So what actually happened at Google I.O.? First things first, Google is not going anywhere, right? So let's just kill that narrative right now. Because by far, none of the other tools, none of your Perplexities, none of your ChatGPTs, and none of your Claudes, none of them have the integration capabilities that Google has. Google pretty much owns the data for everything that they touch. Maps, YouTube, Gmail, Chrome, every Google Business Profile interactions across 2 decades of information. That's all human-generated content. Those are trust signals that Google has been building since before any of these other tools even existed. The reality is that Google processes 16.4 billion searches a day. And that number is not going down. But what's happening inside those searches, how Google decides who to show, who to recommend, and who gets the job, that changed. We're stepping into what they're calling personal intelligence. And instead of just getting generic results, instead of AI just doing AI things, you're now getting very, very highly and specialized and personalized results that match exactly your thing. Think about what Google actually has access to. It has access to your browsing data through Chrome, your conversations through Gmail, your Maps behavior, right? Every time that you've looked up a business, checked hours, got directions, your YouTube patterns, every search that you've ever done. And now Google is combining all of that personal data with the unlimited knowledge of AI and using it to match homeowners to contractors before they even finish the search. At this stage, I'm pretty sure that Google has a more accurate understanding of what I am going to have for breakfast tomorrow than actually I do. So what you have right now isn't really a search engine anymore. It's more like a matchmaker, and it's matching on things most agencies haven't even started thinking about. We're talking about entities, sentiment, experience signals, how your brand is perceived across the entire web. There's literally no more place for you to hide. There's no more room to game it. The contractor who gets recommended is the one who actually is the right answer for that specific homeowner in that specific moment. And Google now knows exactly who that is. Now here's where it actually gets real for a lot of contractors watching this. The old playbook is indeed dead. If you've ever hired a marketing agency, sat through their monthly report, rankings up, traffic up, impressions up, and kind of walked away thinking that or feeling that something doesn't really add up, my phone's still quiet, well, where are the jobs? Well, your gut maybe was right, because the game has moved and most agencies keep selling the old one because it was way easier than learning the new one. Or even worse, like the new version of, oh my God, I'm gonna create 1,000 blog posts a month for you and you're going to get to crush it. That shit just doesn't work. You're going to be ignored spectacularly, or if not even penalized, right? Because Google already has unlimited knowledge. It doesn't need your blog posts to understand the remodeling market. It doesn't need your blog post to understand decking. It's got 20 years of behavioral data on every homeowner in your city. What it needs from you is something completely different. The industry is moving away from keywords and it's shifting towards the need for a deep, complex understanding of the homeowner. That's the real shift. And if your marketing is still built around that old game, you're building on a foundation that's pretty much already crumbling underneath you. So let me show you exactly what this looks like, because I want you to really feel that gap between where most agencies are operating and where the game actually is right now. For example, right, in the old game, you had keywords. Now we're talking about entities, structure, semantics. Like you had these things before, but now they're on steroids, right? Like Google is building an understanding of your business as a real thing in the world, right? Authority, reputation, trust signals that tell the system that, this contractor is the real deal in this market. In the old game, you had like blog posts, right? They were a thing. Now it's all about like real experience, right? This is content that only someone who's actually been on the job site can produce. It's specific, it's contextual, it's yours. It's not ChatGPT writing about your decks. You are actually talking about the deck that you built last Tuesday in this specific neighborhood. If rankings were the end goal before, now it's all about recommendations. The ranking is a position on a list, but as Google is transitioning away from that classical list display to AI overviews, the new game is to stack trusted endorsements from a system that knows the homeowner better than you do. In the old game, we had traffic. That was all the rage. Now, while traffic is obviously still cool and all, you want to have visibility, right? Across as many touch points as possible. Maps, AI overviews, your GBP, voice search, zero-click results. If you're only tracking website visitors, you're pretty much missing out most of that game. Just in line with that, we had the old thing, search volume. And while volume still matters a lot, right? And we did have intent before, we're moving into an era of personalized homeowner intent. That kind of intent behind the search is worth 10 times more than volume, because if you're helping the homeowner make a decision, that homeowner is coming to you pre-sold. If in the past pushing generic content pretty much worked to a degree, context-rich content is where it's at today. This isn't only content about your services, but proof of your experience in your market for your type of homeowner. Because grandma, thinking about the joy of seeing her grandkids playing in the backyard in the summer on a new deck, is going to search for a completely different thing than the dad that wants to grill all summer long. We have the same transition, like with backlinks. You had backlinks before, and these were the trust signals that your content was worth ranking. Now, it doesn't even matter that much if somebody is linking to your site. Now, it's all about, can AI find those trust signals about you? Can it detect what's the overall sentiment in the market? Your reviews aren't just social proof anymore. They're sentiment data feeding directly into the matching system. Now you're being perceived as a brand across the entire web, and Google can read and understand all of that now. If in the past, pushing more and more website pages was a thing, now the new game is to roll out a full brand ecosystem. Your website is just one node. Your brand ecosystem is every place your business exists and is talked about online. All of it working together. It's not about this or that anymore. You aren't choosing between SEO ads, offline stuff, whatever anymore, right? You have to do it all in a very integrated way. Before, if we had clicks as the leading KPIs in search, now the new game is zero-click visibility. Over 60% of Google searches now end without a single click. The homeowner got her answer, right? She never even visited the website. If you're not the answer in that moment, you pretty much don't exist in her world. And the last one, if before you pretty much won the game with best contractor near me searches, the new game became best contractor for my specific situation. Personal intelligence means that the search isn't generic anymore. It's profiled. The homeowner planning a $120,000 outdoor living project is getting completely different recommendations than someone looking for a handyman. Google knows her situation. The question is whether you've built the signals that put you in front of the right one. So let me actually show you what this looks like when it's actually built right. Hunter runs Offcut Interiors, a home remodeling business operating in Arizona and Washington. Well, when he came to us, he had pretty much nothing in Arizona, right? It was a brand new market for him. Zero reviews, zero ranking, zero presence, basically starting from scratch. So we built the whole ecosystem. Local SEO targeting Arizona homeowners specifically. Real experience content built for that market, not generic, specific. And a brand that looked the part everywhere, even offline, like truck wrap, yard signs, door hangers. Because what you look like offline feeds your trust signals online, right? If somebody is performing a brand search, that means that you are showing up in another place that's trusted, and then Google should take that into account. Everything working together, all the signals pointing in the same direction. If in April 2023, Hunter hit the milestone of crossing $100,000 in sales in a single week, all from organic leads coming through the Google presence we built together from zero, if we fast forward now to 2026, a homeowner in Peria just asks ChatGPT who the best remodeler in town is, and guess what? Like ChatGPT names Offcut Interiors, right? And Hunter closes a $165,000 project. Everything working together, firing on all cylinders. Offline, ads, social media, website, everything, right? 3 years of the right signals built across every corner of his online presence. And when AI went looking for the answer, there was only one name that made sense. I love getting messages like this. This one's from my man Dylan. My man just shows up on the bid and the homeowner is already pre-sold. If his best year before was $500,000, it's not even the middle of the year and he already closed $1 million and shooting to do 2 by November. Or our King Jared, who's a painter, walks into this big, beautiful house in Brentwood. Lady found him on ChatGPT, tells him to pass along to whoever's doing his marketing. They're doing a really great job. Lady, we'll take it. Thank you so much. Job sold. This is 2026. This is happening right now. These guys didn't get lucky, they got positioned. And while their competitors were still kind of debating keyword strategies, the matching system had already made its decision. This is why we moved away from keyword first thinking years ago. We saw where this was going. We've studied the data, we've seen the trends, and we started building toward entities, towards sentiment, towards experience signals, towards full brand ecosystems before most agencies even had a name for any of it. Because in the end, it's all about context and sentiment now. Experience, expertise, authority, trust, like Google's EAT is the end game. You cannot succeed without them online. There's no way that you are getting chosen if the system can't read who you are and why it should recommend you. The clients who made that move with us, they are the ones that are getting named by AI right now. The ones whose agencies, kept selling them keyword packages are going to feel this shift really, really hard. They won't even understand why, because the agency running their account doesn't understand it either. So here's where this goes, right? The personal intelligence layer is maturing fast. And no matter how search keeps transforming, and it's going to keep transforming, the contractors who build like real authority in their markets will keep showing up. Because the whole goal of Google, the whole mission has always been to give people exactly what they're looking for. Personal intelligence just made that match a whole lot more precise, right? The contractor who builds the right signals is the one who gets named, the one that gets recommended, gets the call before the homeowner even has fully decided to move forward. She's not price shopping at that point, she's already decided, she's just confirming. We're all pretty much kind of becoming order takers at this stage, right? Kind of how you're buying products from Amazon, right? Like services are becoming productized when that gap is becoming smaller and smaller to pick the right product. And that is happening to contractors now. All right, King, I'm rooting for you. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.